Okay. Hey guys, sorry I haven't been uploading this past month. I've been super busy. My brother Matt bought a Tesla in Oregon to save on taxes, and I decided to join him for the 50-hour road trip to see my niece live for the first time. And, it was super fun. I got to see my uncle Andy, my brother's wife Kinga. Driving the Tesla was a blast. Their home in Louisiana was very nice. We were going to go to the aquarium, but it was closed this time of year, so we went to the zoo. And I tried to get as much footage for you guys as I could. Some of it, I was just trying to live in the moment, but I think I have enough of a compilation that you guys should be entertained. And yeah, if you're here for the Tesla stuff, just wait till after the compilation, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I was gonna use a like zoo slash jungle theme for the zoo portion, but I'm like, it's upbeat and happy, even if some of the animals are dead inside. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. On to the Tesla. It's like when Joe Rogan says it's like scary and like a spaceship and whatnot, he was not exaggerating. Like the acceleration was like I rode a ride. I think in Disney World, the Aerosmith coaster, and that kind of felt like the acceleration that you get with the Tesla. And Matt wasn't even going like full speed. He was like going half pedal. So it was scary how fast it could accelerate. And for the average Joe, you want acceleration over top speed because you really shouldn't be going like 100 miles an hour plus in public roads. But anyway, the best part of it is obviously the autopilot self-driving, just because I mean, there were times where like when I first got into it, I'm like, I'm not going to rely on it. I don't trust it. But once I saw what it could do, I'm like, this might be a better driver than I am, and I consider myself a pretty good driver. And so yeah, it keeps you centered in the lane. You can set the cruise control. It's like cruise control 2.0. And so you pretty much are centered the whole time. You still have to have your hands on the steering wheel, and sometimes it asks you to like jostle it just a little bit. But it will maintain your speed. It will slow down if the car in front of you is slowing down, even to a complete dead stop. Um, you can lane change and blah blah blah. You just do the signal and it'll lane change. And yeah, it's like it's glimpsing into the future. Like once you're in a Tesla, you're like, oh my gosh, this is it's just insane. Like, and the fact that they're only using cameras now and they're like cutting back a little bit is still really impressive because like with additional stuff like radars and whatnot, that would be even crazier. But anyway, point is that it's like the ultimate commuter car. Like if you're like going to work, and you're in rush hour, this is like the ultimate car because one, you're going to save a lot on gas. For the long distance trips, you're probably going to, be spending as much on the supercharging as you would gas. We weren't being very efficient. We were just trying to get there as quick as possible. But if you're charging at home and you're just doing, from work and back, it's like I said, the ultimate commuter car. It will literally, you could be, we tested it in LA traffic, like rush hour LA traffic, and it was keeping up with the herd, and there were some little things that I would like improved, like the braking was a little when it would be like going forward with the rush hour traffic, it just that could be smoothed out a little bit. There might be settings that I didn't know about, but yeah. And as you were driving, sometimes it would try to like exit, and obviously like you can't go to sleep and you can't like completely take your attention off of the road. Well, I mean technically you could, but you shouldn't. You always want to think defensively because like for construction or if like an animal jumps out or something, you just want to be ready. So yeah, it's just it was insane. There were some segments where I kind of dropped my guard a little bit while Matt was driving with the autopilot on. Normally I'd be like really worried about like, oh, I got to pay attention to the road, but it was really really nice to the point where it's like it kind of felt like we had a third person driving with us. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. The regenerative braking was a little bit. It's kind of hard to get used to, and I think there's a setting that makes it so you like kind of brake, kind of like a normal gasoline car. You just let off the accelerator, and it kind of slowly brings you to a stop. Like as soon as you let off the acceleration, it kind of like slows down dramatically. So it's kind of like a go-kart, I guess. Like once you let off the gas, it's like you come, to a that's why it can kind of stop on a dime, because once you let off the accelerator, on the just the friction and it coming to a stop naturally paired with braking, like you don't need to brake normally, but if you needed to stop on a dime, I feel like it could. So it's got great braking, great acceleration. I don't think it can roll over because it's all the weight's on the bottom. But the only thing I'd be worried about would be like the batteries blowing up and doing like the lithium fires. But anyway, hopefully that's not an issue. And yeah, it's just if you're doing daily commutes and you're trying to save on gas and you're really not doing long distance travel. I mean, you can do long distance travel, but you're going to add hours onto your trip. And if you just treat it like, "Oh, I'm going to get food or use the restroom, etc." It's really not that bad. But yeah, it's just for Matt's circumstance, I think it was a great purchase and highly recommend, getting a Tesla. I have a 22 Toyota Camry, and I was kind of bummed after like coming home because I'm like, oh man, like I was so used to the features from the Tesla that I'm like, crap. But now that I'm looking at it, like the Toyota has it has like radar and kind of like it keeps you centered in the lane. And once you turn the radar on, it does kill your speed in certain circumstances. So it's kind of like a mini Tesla. I don't know, but that's just me coping. And yeah, um, I'm really looking forward to Diablo 4. That's kind of where I'm focusing my energies right now. I don't know, just like even though it was kind of a fun road trip, it was still very exhausting. And my birthday was on May 17th, so what I had to do is I had to clean the house so that when I got back from the road trip, that I wouldn't have to do that much cleaning before my birthday party. And so it just kind of ate into the whole month, and I was also just feeling like exhausted slash like I had to fly, I had to drive, and I had to do a bunch of cleaning for the party. So I was just kind of like, maybe time for Jake to take a little vacation, type thing before Diablo 4. But yeah, I'm hopeful for Diablo 4. I'm seeing a lot of kind of, like microtransaction-y, pay to win type stuff. Like, even though I got it, like I don't approve of the 4-day whatever head start that people get. And I don't know, I just don't like that. It's a trend that I don't want to see. I want everyone to be playing at the exact same time. But anyway, that's another video entirely. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm happy to be back, and I hope you have a great day. Take care, and see ya.